Friends, welcome to another session from Exploritage. We're going to be seeing the Hoysala dynasty and its architecture. Before we go deeper into the details of the place and monuments, let us know a little bit about the Hoysala dynasty, which built many beautiful temples during their reign. The Hoysala Empire was a prominent South Indian Kannadiga empire that ruled most of the modern-day state of Karnataka between the 10th and the 14th century. The capital of the Hoysalas was initially located at Belur, but was later moved to Halebeedu. The Hoysala rulers were originally from Malnad. Malnad, in the local Kannada language, means the land of hills. It is an elevated region in the Western Ghats range within Karnataka state. In the 12th century, taking advantage of the internal warfare between the then ruling Western Chalukyas and Kalachuri kingdoms, they annexed areas of present-day Karnataka and the fertile areas north of the Kaveri river delta in present-day Tamil Nadu. By the 13th century, they governed most of present-day Karnataka, minor parts of Tamil Nadu, and parts of western Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in Deccan India. From the scriptures found in the region, it is established that Nripakama II was the founder of this dynasty in 1026 AD. King Vishnuvardhana, who ruled in the 12th century, is the most successful and famous among the Hoysala kings. The most notable Hoysala kings are Veeraballala II, Narasimha III, and Veeraballala III. Veeraballala III was the last of the Hoysalas. He was defeated and ultimately killed by Muslim invaders in 1343 AD. Post Veeraballala's death, that the region came under the rule of Vijayanagara dynasty. There is a popular folklore among Kannadigas on how Hoysala dynasty got its name. The Hoysala dynasty is said to have been named after the words Hoy, Sala. Hoy means strike in the Kannada language. Sala is the name of a legendary leader. Sala is said to have killed a lion which was ready to pounce on a meditating guru, Sudatta Muni, who in turn blessed him by giving him the power to rule. By virtue of this heroic act, he became the leader of the tribe and gradually emerges as the king. The symbol of Sala taking on lion became Hoysala dynasty's symbol or crest during King Vishnuvardhana's reign. Being patrons of art and architecture, during their 300 years rule, Hoysalas have built numerous temples and monuments. When you walk through the temple complex of Belur, Halebeedu, and Somnathpur, it feels like the stone sculptures are telling numerous stories. One can picturize the culture and civilization of the Hoysala period by looking at these famous temple complexes. The carvings from epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, various Upanishads, and Puranas also tell us that Hoysala kings loved their religion and wanted to spread the religious knowledge through these beautiful carvings. You can even find the scriptures depicting Vatsayana, Kama Sutra in certain parts of the temple wall. Though not very prominent, they are in Khajuraho temple. This tells us that the artisans and the kings of that era were open-minded and considered art and science of intercourse as an important subject. This dynasty commissioned art that is alive today. Through its architecture, through the immense possibilities that were sculpted out of a raw soapstone in the hands of the skilled sculptors and artisans. The geometry, creativity, and intricate designs make you believe that the artisans of that period had some high-precision machines guided by laser beams, planned in a 3D view on a computer screen. But history tells us such breathtaking beauty was as a result of persistent, patient, intelligent, highly skilled, creative and hard-working team of artisans and other members for a couple of generations. The beauty of Belur, Halebeedu and Somnathpur lies in its expressive and intricate stone structure that Hoysala dynasty mastered.